I'm so bored. Like, bored. Being immortal was all fun and games until Netflix ran out of new releases. I miss the good old days. Haunted castles, spooky graveyards, chasing terrified villagers. Now, trendy lofts, artisanal coffee shops, and everyone's obsessed with garlic-infused. Loneliness gnaws at me. Sure, I have my bad Bartholomew, but even Bartholomew judges my fashion choices. Velvet cape? Really, Chuckula?
That's how Chuckula ended up on Ghoulfriend, a dating app for the discerning monster. "Find your bootiful match," the tagline screamed. Chuckula sighed. What else did he have to lose except maybe his soul? The profiles were interesting. There was Esmeralda, a 300-year-old witch with a passion for potions and long walks on the beach, presumably at night. Then there was Grendel, a self-proclaimed sensitive ogre who enjoyed poetry slams and kale smoothies.
Was I being too picky? Maybe. But did I want to spend eternity with someone who listed sunbathing as a hobby? Absolutely not.
Then he saw Lizzie, sparkling eyes, a mischievous smile, and a bio that read, "Life coach, yoga enthusiast, seeking someone to spice up my life." She even had a cute little picture with a puppy. No garlic in sight. Chuckula took a deep breath and swiped right. To his surprise, Lizzie messaged back immediately. They chatted for hours, bonding over their shared love of obscure poetry and classic horror films. Lizzie suggested they meet at Vin Rouge, the trendiest wine bar in town.
A wine bar? In broad daylight? I haven't been out during the day since, well, let's just say it has been a while.
He considered canceling, but Lizzie's messages were just so cheerful, so full of life. He couldn't resist. He spent an hour getting ready, trying on different outfits, and finally settled on a sleek black suit, ditching the cape this time. He even attempted to slick back his hair, which mostly just made him look like a startled raven.
Must look presentable,
he muttered to Bartholomew, who just rolled his beady little eyes. Vin Rouge was everything Chuckula feared and more. Bright lights, upbeat music, and the smell of garlic bread. He spotted Lizzie at a table by the window, practically glowing with enthusiasm.
Chuckula, you made it. I'm so glad you could make it before sunset. Isn't this place amazing?
She was even more animated in person. Chuckula mumbled a greeting, momentarily blinded by the sunlight streaming through the window. He winced. This was going to be a long evening. Things went downhill from there. Lizzie ordered them a bottle of their most robust red wine.
I'll just have a glass of water, thanks.
Much to Lizzie's confusion, Chuckula politely declined the wine. Lizzie proceeded to launch into a detailed account of her latest juice cleanse.
It's all about positive energy, Chuckula. You should try it. It will totally revitalize your aura.
Chuckula just stared at her, unsure how to respond. Revitalize his aura? He hadn't even figured out what an aura was. The food arrived. Lizzie had ordered steak tartare for the iron, she explained. Chuckula nearly choked on his water. He politely pushed the raw meat around his plate, trying not to make eye contact with the concerned-looking waiter. As the sun began to set, casting long shadows across the restaurant, Chuckula felt a familiar thirst rising within him. He subtly loosened his collar, feeling lightheaded. He needed to get out of there, and fast.
So tell me more about your passions, Chuckula. What gets you excited about life?
Chuckula's eyes darted around the room, searching for an escape route.
Well, Lizzie, I'm very passionate about, darkness and solitude.
Lizzie's brow furrowed.
Darkness and solitude? Oh, honey, you need to get out more. Have you tried goat yoga? It's all the rage.
That was it. Chuckula couldn't take it anymore. Muttering something about a sudden craving for beets, he bolted out of the restaurant, leaving Lizzie with the bill and a confused expression on her face. As he raced down the street, he could have sworn he heard Lizzie yell after him.
Wait! I have a garlic-infused energy bar in my purse.
Safe back in the dimly lit comfort of his gothic apartment, Chuckula collapsed onto his velvet chaise lounge with a groan.
Dating? It's scarier than 1,000 werewolves.
Bartholomew fluttered down from his perch, a knowing look in his beady eyes.
Told you, Chuck. Online dating? Recipe for disaster. Next time, we're sticking to the cemetery. Less garlic, more your speed.
Chuckula sighed. Maybe Bartholomew was right. Perhaps some things were better left in the past. Besides, he had a whole new season of Supernatural to catch up on. And who knows, Maybe one day he'd find a ghoul who appreciated a good crypt and a classic coffin. Until then, there was always takeout and the comforting darkness of his centuries-old solitude.